So as it's nearly spring, I decided to go to the spring of the Thames. We're going to do it with wild camping. We're going to walk all 200 miles, hopefully, into the maze. Remenham. Do 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 do. Maybe they're blowing it up. It's an inflatable temple, a bouncy temple. But of course, it's closed. It's Shiplake. For some reason, I don't make it to Reading. I'm going home. This is just the worst. Shiplake. Yes, we're doing this again. Because this is what I need on this walk. I'm a psychologist. I'm about to give up. Shiplake. The wind's nearly knocking me over. So if you want to follow me up the river, please hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, or share with your friends because it helps the channel. This is where I was. Just about to take it down. It's just after 5. I've just been mopping out the inside though, because it's just drenched. And those houses are just over there. So I don't really want to leave it up for much longer. Otherwise I would leave it up to dry. Oh wow, moon. 6 o'clock and all out, and yeah, apart from a slightly squished and glutinous muddy site. It wasn't so glutinous, you can see how dry it was. And then it just, the rain. Leave no trace. Probably will leave a trace of my muddy footsteps out here. That was not a fun night. I reckon the tent is a lot more drier now on the outside. It's just in a bit that's a bit wet now. And that's why I'm actually hiking out here at 6. I can't face being in this muddy forest anymore. First morning. Apart from maybe these things. No one's on them now. Bye bye stupid bridge. And for breakfast. There's a bunch of geese over there who've been making noises all night and having little squabbles and fights all night. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god, it may be a working wooden bridge. It's such a rarity on the Thames Path. Hurley Lock. This would have been perfect. I'm 5-10 minutes away after that bridge episode. I was not in the mood to look further for a sight. I noticed a lot of this. It was like in Marlow, they had a tap that didn't work and then taking off the tops of taps. Yeah, I know the tea room isn't open. It reopens in next month. Bloody geese. They were going at it all night. It's a nice lock though. This island is like an island. Not often you can walk through the Lock Islands. It's one of the few ones you can walk through. I have near memories of this. I remember the bridge. I remember the big bridge. And I'm crossing that. In better days. Ooh, have water at Hurley Lock. Yay! See if it's working. Yeah, it is working. Apparently, just over that weir, that's Camping Island. They do camping from April to October. Everything starts in April around here, obviously. Apart from the bridge. See what I mean about the flooding? Luckily we have this nice path. I've waded quite a lot of puddles, but it seems to be a lot of work surfacing the path in places. Which is good. Otherwise it gets like this. It looks like there's been a lot of flooding here. Shiplake. See me sink into a buggy field. Or even get in back in. Eeyore. Though if it's that sunken, is it really an eeyore? Or is it just a bunch of trees in the centre of the River Thames? We're just passing through Hurley Bottom. Don't laugh. Hurley Bottoms. Unusually the folly is a different part of the building. Looks like they built the folly into the main building. It looks like a mock remains of an abbey. It's the first time I've seen someone do Reformation chic. Oh, I didn't say, but I stopped to try and dry my tent on the way to Temple Bridge. I got so much side-eye from the locals and the dog walkers. They didn't even say hello, just had it laying down. So it's like, oh, what's he doing? I get very strange black looks and some weirdness from people. Why is there a canister there? Oh, we're going inland, are we? Conservation area, no public access. Yes. Rich person doesn't want you there, but you know, shame, that was quite fun. Inland we go. Have you been to an English deer park? Well, yeah. Here we are. So I don't know who that is. Is that their folly or is that a house? It doesn't look like a house. In one sense, respect for not blocking the Thames Path, but I have a feeling they might be why that we can't walk on the river. Nice scenery, if you like that kind of thing. My partner would love this place probably. Probably a Repton landscape or something, or a Capability Brown or one of those. Although strangely the house is shuttered. I don't know what that's about. But I do prefer the more natural thing. Random art. Okay, what's that about? More random art. Looks like a pile of bricks. What's that about? I do remember this place though. Also, Remenham. Remenham. Slow down, Peacock's Crossing. Only in Remenham. This is Remenham. I was thinking of camping here. Of all places I was heading for. Everywhere, what's the noise? And there's the temple on Temple Island. I've got no idea why it's making so much noise though. Maybe they're blowing it up. It's an inflatable temple. A bouncy temple. You can hear me over the noise of the leaf blower. Decisions: electric fence or possibly falling in the Thames. Good choices. Oh, great. Wonderful. How do we get round? There's been a lot of this today. I shouldn't have said about, oh, it's surface path, should I? I kind of jinxed it. So I jumped it with the help of that post, those two. It's a bit like Tetris or kind of like Frogger, and then held onto that post and then stepped over. But yeah, that's probably the worst one yet. Look, Tom Scott. Oh, look at that over there. He'll do it. Oh, look, constipating in this. Morning. Lots of rowing. She's around here. Rowing clubs. I like funding. So I think a lot of the rowing clubs here seem to have, because of the boat race and those sort of things, famous for its rowing and its regatta. I think I'm just going to find a cafe to hide in for a while and warm up. I am freezing, especially with this wind. I hope there's not a lot of walking into this wind today. Oxfordshire, we're now in Oxfordshire. Yeah, this is ridiculous weather. That's Henley Bridge. Goodbye, Henley. Hello, Reading. I'm going to attempt to get to Reading tonight. My friends Jim and Joe have a place there, and I'll be able to charge my batteries, get a coffee or something. That will be a great thing, because my batteries are not completely depleted, but certainly another recharge, and it's still something to aim for, because, you know, I'm about to give up. It's just bloody weather. It's horrendous weather. It looks like there's a place to camp nearby. I'll ask them about it. I actually looked up the youth hostel rates for Streetley, it was the next one, it's near Reading. 60 quid. Because they only do private rooms for some reason. 60 quid. Even, it's like it's the same price for 2 or 1 people. So it's cheaper if you share, but if you're one person, it's a lot of money. It used to be like 30 quid or cheaper for a bunk, you know? Yeah. Wow. I just love hire boat names. Oh, you're flipping joking me. Especially when I'm trying to rush to get to Reading in the rain. I'll show you the bits of the weir. It looks like they've closed part of the bridge. It's a shame because it was really good. This is one of the highlights of the trip. This is one of the highlights of the whole of the Thames Path, because you actually get to see a weir. But of course, it's closed. This is getting ridiculous, I have to say. Closed another bridge. Before, we see the trend. Closed the bridges. And I remember this. Really good. That's the product of all that rain. That's all we just walked over. That one is apparently safe. Oh, no, it's not. Another dodgy bridge. I learnt my lesson from that one. I loved how this one goes out to the river. It's really scenic, but another bridge closed. That's the 3rd one so far. When? May 2022. Oh my goodness. So this has been out of order for 2 years nearly. And you can see, yeah, what you could have had there. Amazing views. But, you know, these councils don't care about us walkers at all. So we go back. That's all weird. We are very impressed. And people will say, you didn't do your research, but you saw Marlow. Look at it post the bridge was out in Marlow. So that's been out since May 2023. So, you know, I'm not too sure how much of this information is actually out. Right, Thames Path diversion. It gets better. I've only just made it. On March the 31st, 2024, they're going to take away the access to this diversion. There isn't another diversion planned yet, but it's going to be 1.3 kilometres longer, and it's saying don't go along the A4155 because there's no pavement or verge. So I just timed this right. That's quite weird. I totally get why the landowner's like, are you ever going to fix this bridge? I mean, it's like 2 years later. So the answer is they're not going to. That's very much on the environmental agency, that they are not bothering to fix the bridge. They don't want to, because they haven't done it in nearly 2 years. This unfortunately says that, you know, that the other bridges aren't going to get fixed. If Marsh Lock Bridge is something to go by, they're just going to be like, nope, we're not going to fix them. That's crazy. And fate saying, just don't do this. Wow. I remember this place. The place with their own miniature railway. There were some buildings here that seem to have gone. It's an oasis of private signs, I seem to remember, coming up. Lots of gated estates. But I don't know who has the private railway, I don't know. That sign's still there as well. Beware of fierce dogs. Not just any dogs, fierce dogs. But yeah, we've been having floods along this road as well. Across the whole of the road, so I've been trying to ford them. This road is full of big fences and gated estates. Into the maze. Oh yes. I talked about offences. This is pretty offensive. Right. More Endemar. The gardener, I assume. Why is the gardener out of bounds? But yeah, it's a long detour. Nowhere near the river. Earlier the Shiplake got another name, which I can't repeat on this channel because of all the mud. Did they really design the house at like a dead service station? I mean, it could be a business house, but I think that's actually someone's house. Very glad, hopefully not to be camping in this. Wow, I've never seen a bridge this low at all. Is it actually a line? Yes. It is a working line. Oh. Of course, now to get down. I somehow blanked this one out. Apparently, limboing underneath this bridge is part of the Thames Path. Okay. Oh, there. Lovely. Watch your head. Made it so accessible. Ugh, this field. It's all like that. I don't know if I deluged my feet. I think I might have. Because it's just so odd. Having to go miles out my way just to find the slightly drier bits. It's only slightly. Shiplake. It's a good thing I didn't video much of that field because it would just basically be lots of swearing. Shiplake. Unfortunately, both my feet got deluged and now full of water, both my shoes. Luckily, there was something that I was lucky about it. I brought waterproof socks, and the first of many dead ferries there was going over there. Another one. There's the sinkholes. You can't go underneath the bridge. This is the railway bridge. Yes, that was November. Has it been sorted? No. I'm kind of fed up with diversions at this point. It's difficult once you've got into a boggy field to then put your waterproof socks on. So if you backtracked almost immediately on, waterproof socks. Just put waterproof socks on and then afford it with this. I didn't, so now I have a problem with sort of cold, cramped up feet, wet feet. And although I put the waterproof socks on, and they're kind of working as sort of like a neoprene effect. So a bit warmer. Better than trying to walk in wet wool, I think. I still have a problem tomorrow to do about the wet socks, but I'm glad, hopefully, seriously, I am not camping in this weather. This is a mat and it's 45, and it is 45. It's nearly being blown over, that's definitely 45. If for some reason I don't make it to Reading, I'm going home. This is just the worst. Seriously, this is the worst part of the walk. We've had one closed bridge, 2 different diversions, and my shoes have gone underwater. Both feet are drenched. It's just like, no. Without making it to Reading, I'm done. On a flooded, muddy Thames Path, in a 45-mile-hour winds, you can't be alone. When can you be? Bloody hell. I'm quite blasé. I'm ready to walk with socks. It's like whatever. I need that. Just fall straight through it. Yes, we're doing this again. Because that. And actually the path is quite solid. So always like my feet are wet anyway. And actually they're quite warm, weirdly. Now we have the fun of putting the news back on again. This is what I need on this walk. I'm a psychologist. I hope it's not all like this to Sonic. Probably will be. I hope I don't have to do any more wading though. Ugh, my feet are weirdly squelchy. Yeah, I don't think that'll cook again. When they say sous vide, I don't think that's what they meant. I'm going mad and I'm going to try and get the water out of my shoes. Because they're squishing around. And it might be inside the socks before you... But yeah. I remember that bridge. Sonic Bridge. I've never seen this either. Please don't be closed. Please don't... Oh, it looks... Oh, is it open? Sorry, I've had so many problems with these. Yay! Yay for Sonic. Welcome to Berkshire. Maybe. We are in Berkshire. But yeah, you can tell it's an old bridge. I do hope that's not a pass. I was walking up the other side of the bank and going, isn't it? Oh, I'm going the right way. The water's going the wrong way because it's going that way. Of course it would, because I was on the other side of the bank. Goes to show you my state of mind. It's not good at the moment. You don't say. Although, might be famous last words. I don't know what's coming up. Shipwreck. Oh, another one. It's very trashed. Looks very interesting for wild camping. Well, the bit's not, obviously not the bit that's in the water, but I've seen, walking into Reading, I've seen a few bits. It's like, yeah, you could definitely, even you could school fence very leaky in places, so I'd probably have to be a lot thinner to get in there, but it was a bit of that. And there's nobody overlooking. I don't know who would come down here at night. So, yeah. The wind's nearly knocking me over. I think this is stronger than 45. I don't dare. When you have trouble walking in it, it's decent for you. It had to be a last lot of bloody mud. And nothing Shiplake level. Or, well, the alternate version. Oh. Yeah, I think it's still recording. Over to Oxford, which is where I'm hoping to go. Over to Sunning in London, that's where I came from. And we're in Reading. It's the Welcome Committee. Hello. What do you say about Reading? See? Reading Bridge. Where I finish for the day. I'm off to my friend Jim's place for a much needed drying bath and sleeping in a proper bed, and I'm going to see what I feel about tomorrow. If it's like this, I'm not sure I can cope with 50-mile-an-hour winds. I know it's pretty methodical. It's the twigs, and they weren't like old twigs, they were like live trees. It was like, that's, I was struggling to stand up, and that's 50 miles an hour. You can't camp in that. So, yeah, I will see tomorrow how I feel and how my feet feel, because they are trashed at the moment. They're like cardboard because they're wet. I've overwalked, I think I've done about 14 miles, 15 miles today. Partly because of that bloody wind. I was just like, I'm not staying out in this, I'm going to walk to Reading. I'm glad I did. Now, off to get warm and dry, I think.
That's the end of day 12. and the total distance is an amazing 18.3 miles. Yes, getting out of a storm will do that. And the total distance travelled, including official diversions, was 121.6 miles. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did enjoy this day of the Thames Path series, then when it's available, please click on the video on screen now, and I'll speak to you soon.